Factsverse presents. This African tribe lives on the edge of a volcano, and what they do to survive is astonishing. Greenable is a town that lies in southern Ethiopia. It's located within the Borneo zone, which borders Kenya. The town is an administrative hub for the area. Within the town are 2 schools, a bank, a post office, and 2 gas stations. Now that might not seem like much, but the population of Greenable was just under 18,500 in 2005. If you head 90 miles south on the road from Greenable, you'll come upon a smaller, very remote village called El Sad. The village is tiny and isolated, and what makes it so unique is that it sits at the edge of an extinct volcano. The rocky landscape is about a mile in diameter, and it's what is inside the crater that has kept the villagers living there. The salted lake inside the crater is essential to villagers. El Sad translates to House of Salt. The salt is at the bottom of the lake, which is several meters deep, and there are 3 different types of salt. The people of the village rely on all 3 for their survival. Black salt is the most common type in the lake, and it's the least valuable. The black salt is sold to be used by animals because it contains mineral benefits that are great for cattle. This salt has become increasingly popular in vegan recipes, too. The crater also contains white salt, and in the thick deposits of the lake are salt crystals. The salt crater was formed several years ago. It's the result of geological activity known as the East African Rift. It created a split that runs for thousands of miles and brought minerals and water to the surface. The rift caused multiple lakes to form. It also caused volcanoes and salt deposits across Ethiopia, Uganda, Zambia, Mozambique, and Kenya. One formation that was created by the rift is called Oldonyo Nangai. It's an active Tanzanian volcano. It's unique because it creates nettocarbonatite lava. In 1960, the volcano erupted, and that led to an investigation that proved a geological theory. After the eruption, experts were able to confirm that magma is a source of carbonatite. It's a type of rock that contains a high level of rare elements. El Sad's population is about 3,000, and the Borneo people make up the vast majority of it. There are other ethnic groups in the wider Borneo zone, including the Oromo people, the Borjai, and the Gadio. In 2007, there were nearly 1 million people who were living in Ethiopia's Borneo zone. The Borneo people speak a number of languages and practice various faiths, such as Christianity and Islam. The Oromo tribe of the area have their own religion called Volcano. Their belief system revolves around one single god who created the universe and communicates with his subjects through spirits. It's one of the most ancient religions, and only about 3% of the people, or 1 million, still practice it today. The Oromo people are also known for their political system. It's a democratic system that's been practiced for hundreds of years. New leaders are elected every 8 years, and the candidates are all from the same party. The parties remain in power for 40 years. The people who live in the village don't live like our modern lives. Today there are hundreds of residents in the area, and there is no running water to the village. When the dry season hits, the people depend on water wells that are several miles away. The people of the village have no electricity, and the only entertainment option they have is a basic cinema that's powered by a petrol generator. The people of the tribe work very hard. They rely on the salted lake, and most are salt miners. The men dive into the lake to collect the salt, which they then sell to nearby towns and counties. They've been doing this for generations, and it is grueling work. It's very hot outside, and the men have no protection from the heat. They take donkey caravans to the village that carry many pounds of salt. The animals can't be out during the day due to the heat, though, so they're sent back down to the village to find shade. The work is very hard. Workers have to deal with intense heat, and the salt water is so corrosive it destroys their clothes. The salt also causes skin conditions and scratches. Some men are broken by the work in their 30s and some in their 50s. When they can no longer work, the men can't provide for their families. They also have no access to medical attention there. The closest medical center is miles away, which could be a very difficult trip for injured workers. To keep the people from getting salt into their bodies, they make plugs using lumps of earth wrapped in plastic bags. They put these in their noses and ears, but it doesn't always help. Many of the divers lose their sense of hearing and smell. Since they have no protection for their eyes, the workers often go blind. When the men come out of the salt water, they look like alabaster statues. They do all of this just to stay in their homes, keep money in their pockets, and support their families. What these people do is incredible. I don't think I will ever complain about my job ever again. Subscribe for more.